My colleague Kate Crowe and I published 2 papers. In 2018, we published a summary of speech development in 27 languages of the world, just to get an overview of, are there really significant differences or not? And what we found in that was, across the 27 languages, that we had enough robust data for. So that's where that list of speech acquisition studies came from, and then we had criteria to make sure that the data were really robust before we included it in our analysis. We found that basically children are able to produce almost every single consonant in their language by the age of 5. Mm-hmm. Occasionally, there is a remnant phoneme that is a little difficult. In English, it's the TH sounds that are difficult, not R, as you might think. And this is why we did a follow-up study, because the Americans got worried and said, but we're special, we have R. You can tell, if I was in America, I would need speech therapy because I cannot say the R your way. So we actually, Kate Crowe and I, undertook a completely new study where we not only used the literature that's published in journal articles for American English, but we also then made sure we purchased every single American assessment, because in America, a lot of the developmental normative information is found in the test manuals and not published in journals. This is different from the rest of the world, actually. So anyway, we then published Crowe and McLeod. We decided to make it easy for people to work it out. And so Crowe and McLeod 2020 in the American Journal of Speech Language Pathology. Both of these articles are free, open access, so you can have a look at them. Was published, and guess what? We actually found it was exactly the same. The only difference was that there were some phonemes that were learned earlier in the 2 to 3 year old age range, but the top end was exactly the same. So we have created on our website a few different versions of this poster. This one is for the languages of the world. The only difference between them is down here with the 2 and 3s. The top of which phonemes are learned is exactly the same. So the THs are, oh, hang on, I'm not very good at this. The THs are the last sounds. Of course, R is late, but it's 5, not 8. We've actually got a whole graph just about R.
Yes, that's amazing. Right, and how many students have we said, oh, he's 6, but that's okay, let's let it ride. And when you get to be 8, 9 years old and you still are struggling with that R, you go, maybe we should have addressed that earlier.
And interestingly, in Australia, we have worked on R around 4 to 5 years of age, and we don't have post-vocalic R, so we only have R at the beginning of syllables, not at the end. However, we don't have the trouble with R that you do, and I wonder if some of that is that we just get it before that motor plan is really entrenched. I also wonder if we had a look at, was it in the American literature, was it pre or post vocalic that was the problem, and it didn't seem to be much of a difference. So I'm not sure. I look forward to seeing what this revolutionary idea of, R is 5 years might do to America. Watch this space.
I love it. I love it.
You need an outsider that has a different view of the world to kind of, make some fun suggestions. So anyway, download it from the website and print it yourself. You're absolutely welcome to do that. It's all free there on the Multilingual Children's Speech website.